What's up everybody, it's Shawnee here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Action Bronson collaboration with New Balance on this 1906R in the Medusa Azul colorway. This is the third and final colorway of the New Balance 1906R in collaboration with Action Bronson. So there was the Rosewater colorway, which I already reviewed on my channel. There was the very limited Scorpius colorway, which I will be reviewing soon. And then this one is the Medusa Azul, named after the blue jellyfish. So these released first on Action Bronson's website, but then it was followed up with a release on the New Balance website as well as at select boutiques around the world on July 12th. So the retail price for this shoe is $180 US or $225 here in Canada. And the official colorway for this shoe, according to the New Balance website, is Blue Shadow and Black. And the style code is M1906RON. So just like the Rosewater colorway, this comes in the exact same box, which is a special edition box that's featured for these three 1906Rs. So we have this red colored cardboard box and we have baklava branding on the top, which is done in this shiny and iridescent finish. And then inside the box, it comes with this orange colored nylon dust bag, which has baklava and New Balance co-branding. So diving into the details of this shoe, the base layer of this sneaker, according to the New Balance website, is called a shadow mesh. So if you look closely, it's done in this light blue color, but we have hits of purple colored yarn intertwining through this light blue colored mesh. Right above this holding the laces, we have this black colored suede with a silver New Balance end logo, and then overlaid on top of the toe box, we have an asymmetrical overlay of reflective 3M, which is done in a muted bluish purple colored tone with silver colored detailing. And then surrounding the front toe cap, we have a black colored synthetic overlay which kind of has like a rubberized feel to it, which gives you added durability around the front end of the sneaker. Moving downwards, so you'll see the middle two eyelets are done in this loop style, in this gray colored nylon with a reflective 3M strip running down the center. This extends downwards through the New Balance end logo, and this is called New Balance's end lock technology. So basically when you tighten up the laces, you're creating tension along these two cables which run to the base of the sneaker, giving you added support and lockdown around the midfoot. And then beneath the New Balance end logo, we have this golden brown colored mesh, along with more of that light blue colored shadow mesh underneath. Moving downwards, we have more of those reflective 3M layers, and we have 1906R branding found on the lateral side only. And then next to this, surrounding the heel, we have a shiny black colored TPU heel cup, which gives you additional structure and support around the back end of the shoe. In the middle, we have NB branding, and then on the top of the heel, we have three horizontal strips of reflective silver 3M. Hanging off the shoe, it comes with this rubberized hang tag with baklava and New Balance co-branding. And then moving on to the laces, so this pair only comes with one lace option. They're a thin rope style lace done in a mix of purple and black. And then underneath this, the tongue is well padded and it's a very unique looking tongue. So it has this diamond shaped knit which sits atop a foam layer underneath. And then fused onto the top of the tongue, we have baklava and New Balance 1906R branding, which mimics the look of the hang tag. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in a black colored mesh, and like most 1906Rs, it's not overly stuffed and padded around here, but there is some padding, it's not too thin either. As for the insoles, so these come with your typical foam lined insole. It's finished in black on top, and we have baklava and New Balance branding pressed onto the heel. So the upper of the shoe sits atop this midsole, which is crafted using a mix of Absorb and Absorb SBS. So the midsole is painted primarily in this bold blue colored finish on the forefoot with this black accent on the top of the forefoot, but it's done in more of a pearlized finish on the heel, and this is where you'll see New Balance's energy technology, which are these gel-like pods which help with impact protection and shock absorption. And then finally for the outsole, this is your typical 1906R outsole in terms of traction pattern. However, the outsole itself is constructed out of a mix of gum rubber, along with this semi-translucent, icy blue colored rubber on the forefoot. So we have these grooves to give you added flexibility, and then underneath the rubber in the middle, we have New Balance's Stability Web technology, which is constructed in the form of this translucent TPU, which helps with impact protection and shock absorption. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, so my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. My normal 1906R size is a size 10, so that's what I got for this shoe. So trying these on, I feel like they do run a little bit more snug than a typical 1906R that you'd grab off the shelf, but it wasn't snug enough that I'd want to go up to a 10.5. So there's something about this toe box that runs a little bit more narrow than usual. Again, it didn't give me any discomfort, but I feel like if you have a really wide foot, you'd probably be better off going up a half size. If you have a narrow or normal width foot though, I feel like you can go true to size and it should fit you fine. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also wear a size 10 or true to size in other New Balance silhouettes like the 860 V2, 2002R, and a lot of the made in UK models like the 1500, the 991, and the 991 V2. Whereas I go down to a 9.5 or half size down in a lot of the made in USA models like the 990 series, the 992, and the 993. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel pretty much like any other 1906R, which in my opinion is an extremely comfortable sneaker. It teeters the line between cushioning and support, so it's not going to be an overly stiff and overly firm feeling sneaker, but at the same time it's not overly soft and mushy too. So this is one of those models that I can wear if I'm going on vacation, for example, or if I'm just going to be walking around a lot in the city. I think the 1906R is always a very solid option. Last but not least, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality, it was unique and there was a variety of materials, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it was a premium feeling sneaker. Everything used to craft this shoe is just synthetic materials, but that's kind of in line with your typical New Balance 1906R. But I thought the build of the shoe was for the most part solid. The one issue I did have though was that there was some rippling or some waviness on the toe box, just in terms of how they stitched down these overlays on top of the mesh. I guess it just wasn't straight, so it had a bit of that wavy and rippling look to it. Other than that though, I thought this pair was pretty decent. For the most part, the panels were decently consistent between my left and right feet. It wasn't perfect, but I thought the stitch job was decent. There wasn't too many glue stains on this shoe, and the paint job was solid as well. So let me know in the comment section down below, how was the build quality on your pairs? So with all of that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. So I put up a poll on my Instagram stories asking, of the three 1906Rs, which of the three do you guys prefer? And by a decent margin, the Medusa Azul was winning the poll as of right now that I'm filming this video. I guess that makes sense considering this, I believe, was the most accessible of the three, so more people were actually able to get their hands on these. And I think the colorway in itself, especially when you compare it to the other two, this by far is the most wearable, it's the most conservative looking, and it's probably the easiest to pull off as an everyday sort of sneaker. However, for me, I think I mentioned this in my review of the Rosewater colorway, I think the Rosewater pair is my personal favorite, whereas this Medusa Azul unfortunately will come in at last place. It's not like it's an ugly colorway, don't get me wrong. I still think this shoe is incredible and it's a very nice colorway, but it just has more of a duller appearance to it. And I don't know, maybe it's just the mixture of the different tones of blue, the black, and this tan or golden brown color. It's just not that striking to me visually. But I definitely agree that this pair will probably be the one that I wear the most, just because it's the safest option. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of this Action Bronson New Balance 1906R in this Medusa Azul colorway? For everyone watching, were you lucky enough to hit on this pair for retail? Did you strike out on these and pick these up on the secondary market, or you just weren't feeling this colorway and it was a pass for you? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review and hopefully it helped you in some way. Appreciate your continued love and support, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.